Well, this week we're getting our first glimpse at a pair of amazing discoveries hundreds of feet below the surface of Lake Superior. The Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society released this footage of two ships that disappeared together more than 100 years ago. They say it could be critical to solving a puzzling and deadly mystery, but there is still one missing piece.
Searching for shipwrecks may sound thrilling, but experts say it's a little more like an epic fishing trip.
It's a lot of boredom out there when you're hunting for shipwrecks with little spurts of complete joy.
Corey Adkins points to this latest jolt of joy as an example. The discovery of not one, but 200-plus-year-old shipwrecks was only possible thanks to years of mapping work on the surface, pulling a sonar device behind a boat.
It's like a 40-mile-long walleye troll. We call it mowing the lawn. We find out where ships aren't until we find out where they are.
That brings us to the CF Curtis, a steamship that disappeared in November 1914 while pulling two wooden schooners, the Selden E. Marvin and Annie M. Peterson. The ships left Baraga, Michigan to deliver lumber to New York, but their journey was cut short in a brutal storm somewhere near Grand Marais, Michigan, and none of the 28 crew members survived.
Quite a few were washed up on the beach. There were people from the Curtis that were frozen into the shoreline. The closest site to salvation that they had was Grand Marais, and the storm was so bad, the life saving station that night, they didn't see them.
We're the first human eyes to see it.
And for more than a century, nobody saw the ships either. But after decades of searching near the shore, the sonar team got a hit on the Curtis, 20 miles north of Grand Marais, and an underwater drone known as an ROV later confirmed it 500 feet below the surface.
This is just a lot more clear.
Which led to another fishing expedition last summer.
The second time we went back out there, we got a blip on another ship that's only 3-4 miles away from the Curtis. And when we put the ROV down on that, it just happened to be the Marvin.
Yeah, you can see that anchor really nicely.
Though there was quickly clear evidence of the schooner and its lumber, they didn't know for sure until they came across this.
Marvin! It's a Marvin! Oh my gosh.
What was that feeling like?
Like the first time you ever eat an ice cream cone. I don't know. It's just, it sends shivers up your spine to help put together a mystery like that. A ship that hasn't been seen in 109 years.
That mystery is still missing its third and final piece, but he says it's only a matter of time before they get another hit.
But now we know. Now we can release this to the public, and maybe there's some family members out there that now know where their descendants are.
Corey says it's still hard to explain how these shipwrecks could be roughly 20 miles from shore when reports at the time, of course, described crew members who apparently died after reaching shore. He says there are theories about the ship losing power and then drifting back out into the lake. But again, they hope to learn a lot more this summer when they go back out to search for the Peterson.